welcome to another crafty video. It's a really quick one this time, just to show you this gorgeous little printer that the lovely people at HPRT sent me to try out and show you. It's called Qutie. It's a really sweet little name, Qutie, so a cutie little printer. I will have a link to their website to be able to get it if you want to get hold of it, and also to their YouTube channel if you want to see what other products that they create as well. But they very kindly sent this to me just to play around with and show you, you know, how to use the little labeler. It's really clever compared to other labelers because you haven't got the keyboard on here. You do it through an app on your phone, so much quicker and easier for typing rather than you know, all the letters being in alphabetical order or something on one of those tiny little keypads that you get on different labelers. You can use your QWERTY keyboard, so it's much easier to sort of type out your labels and, you know, like remove one bit and type another bit in if you're labelling dies with different die set numbers and things like that. So for this video I'm going to run you through the little printer. I have already been playing with it. I did only do a couple of labels just to see what font I liked and things, but I'm going to show you sort of you know, the basics of it and how it works and how you use your phone with it as well. But then I have been meaning to organise my creative expressions dies for years, and I still have never organised them other than like keeping them in like these sort of popper wallets to sort of keep a few things together. I haven't really properly organised them. So back in like February time I started to try and organise them, and I got these A5 sort of open topped little wallet things to put them all in. Because I'm on their design team, I won't show you the other side because it's got the details on, but I get all of my dies stuck to a piece of cardboard. So it's kind of different than if you had them in the packaging. So I decided to put them in those A5 kind of pockets, and then I want a system for kind of dividing them, and I put them all in one of those. Let me see if I can lift it up and bring it into shot. One of these boxes from Tonic, you know, the ones that have got the little handle at the front that's really heavy with all those dies in. But I've got them all in one of those sort of boxes, but I wanted some way of dividing them because otherwise I just sort of look at that and think, well, that's no more helpful than having them all in the popper wallet. So I'm sort of splitting them into different categories. We've got like woodware Francoise, woodware Jane Gill, we've got like paper cuts with Christmas, floral animals, paper panda, Christmas and everyday, Sam Paul with her vintage kind of style, and then Jamie Rogers with like sentiments, flowers, fairies, Christmas and Halloween is what I'm planning. And then I've also got Sue Wilson, which obviously there are tons of Sue Wilson dies because she's been designing for Creative Expressions for quite a number of years now. I think it's over 10 years, probably 11 this year. And so I've got plenty of different categories to do for hers as well. So I've got a bunch of these dividers that I created the other day. I bought these patterned papers from Tonic. They were, I think it was in one of their offers quite a while ago, but I liked both sides of these, and you got like 10 sheets for £1 or something ridiculous like that, and this kind of really goes with my sort of craft room colour scheme, but I also like the other side as well, so I thought if I wanted to use anything for different companies or anything, I can flip it to the other side so it makes it more noticeable, or, you know, alternate them or something. But what I did to create these dividers, I wanted to save as much paper as I could, so I took an A4 piece of the paper and cut it in half, so I'm just using an A5 piece for each of my dividers. But obviously the wallets that I'm using are A5, and they're also A5 and a little bit extra. So if I was just making a divider out of this patterned paper, I mean, okay, I have got a little bit of clear space up here, but if the card did go right to the top, there wouldn't be much point in the divider because it would be shorter than the wallets that it's dividing. So whenever I cut all of my cardstock down to use, I always have these leftover pieces of white cardstock, whether it's cutting down a card blank or my actual cardstock that I use. So I just put a bit of that nearer the fold of the laminating pouch, left like an inch or so. None of them are even, they're all sort of different lengths. And then put the piece of paper in, and then when I was trimming them down, I trimmed nicely around the paper and then just trimmed down however much height I wanted for them to stick up above the pocket when they're in the divider or in the tray dividing everything, and this bit won't matter because you won't see it. So that's how I decided to create my dividers, but you can use whatever you like, or maybe you already have some pre-made dividers that came with a storage system that you have and you just want to label them. But the main point of this video is to show you the gorgeous little Qutie printer. So, to make this Qutie printer work, you are going to need to download an app which is called HPRT, HEREPRINT. If you just go to wherever you buy your apps from, you should be able to find it. And you can connect your little printer to your phone using this app. So, I have already set my little printer up. When you get it, you can remove the case from it just by sort of pushing. If I put it back together again, I'll show you. You just sort of push like this from the bottom and it slides the front panel off. And then in here, you have your roll of label tape. Now, when you get this roll is wrapped up with a little sticker holding it shut, and there's this piece of paper poking out, and it kind of makes you think that the roll is already installed, but it's not. You need to take this little piece of paper out first, and then take the label off of this that is sticking this shut and feed it through this little channel, and it shows you exactly how to do that in the instructions as well. And inside here you actually have a QR code on the label roll itself, so when you open up the app, it says on the first page, what kind of tape do you have? Do you have gap paper, continuous paper, or you've got the option to scan your roll that's in your machine, and that's where you find that scan. I obviously scanned mine the first time I used it, and it is continuous paper in there, which means that you can make your labels as long as you want. Like, they could literally be like 20 centimetres long, I think, if you wanted them to be. But if you know you're just making small ones, you can go for the gap paper, and then all of your labels will come out the same size, and you can centre your writing on them and everything. And mine also came with a white label roll in there, but you can get replacements. They are a little bit on the pricey side. I was looking for some more white continuous paper, and they were like £10.99 a roll, which is quite pricey, but I'm not sure how long this is going to last. It is a 4-metre roll, and the width of the label is 15mm, if you want to know that. I think my other label maker is 12, and you can also get 9mm as well. So I think this is a wider label than other kind of label makers often print out at. And the code on this label, if you're looking for the white continuous, is T154WH. It does say it on there as well, but I thought I'd just say it in case you're looking for replacements of this. You want to see how much they are before you get the little printer or anything. So that's how you put the roll of tape in there, and it just feeds through into this little slot here, and then you can put your cover back on, slide it back into place, and when it runs out of charge, you've got your USB-C port in the bottom, and you get your cable, which is USB-C to USB, so you can either plug this into your computer, or if you have a clever socket that has USB ports into it, you can plug it straight into a socket, or you can just use a plug adapter as well. Often your phone or tablet or things will come with those kind of adapters. Well, they used to. I'm not sure if they do anymore, actually. You also have this little lanyard here, so you can put it on here, so it really is like nice and portable if you wanted to take it out somewhere with you, or maybe hang it up on your craft desk so it's always there. When you get a new set in, you can just automatically print out a label to label it up, or however you like to sort of label and things. But that is the main little printer itself. Then we can hold down the on button and the light will turn green on there. I think if there's an error, it turns red, and probably also if it's run out of battery, it's probably going to turn red to tell you that it's low on battery. But that is the little HPRT Qutie printer. And then when you're in the app, which is called HPRT, okay, so we can press connect, and because we've already turned it on, it should connect straight away. Printer's connected. It connects via Bluetooth, so you've got to make sure your Bluetooth is on. Oh, and it also tells you how much battery is left on your printer as well. That's really good. So you've got an indication of how much battery is on there, which is nice. So you could, if you want to, open your printer up and scan the roll, but I already know that mine's continuous paper because I scanned it the first time just to double check. And then all you have to do is just start typing whatever you want, and you can make the writing as large or as small as you want. You can either do it by stretching here and like resizing from here. You can delete it, you can rotate it, you can make a square label apparently, or you can do whatever you want to really to create your label on there. Now, I know from playing around that I liked the font called Cute Aurora, and I also liked it to be, where is the size? It was a couple of days ago I first played with this. Oh, that's the size. So you can just scroll the size up and down to be however big you want it to be. Obviously, it's got to kind of fit in with your label, but I had it at 11 and I liked the size that that was coming out on my labels. And then I also played around with the justification as well, because you can have it justified to the middle, or you can have it justified to the right or the left, depending where you want to stick the label onto your dividers and how you want it to appear. So I'm going to do left justified because it will match the other ones that I was doing. And then we can go back here, double tap, and then you can type what you want. So actually I'm going to put in woodware because I need to do my woodware ones. So I'm going to do woodware on the first line, and then I'm going to put Francoise Reed underneath, and then OK. And then you can just press print and print again. And it's printed for us, and you can see it just there. And then you can use this piece here to slide up to cut it off. But I want to see how much gap it leaves when you actually do another one. So I'm then going to come back into here, double tap onto there, take away Francoise Reed and write Jane Gill, because those are the two lovely ladies who design for woodware and who I have dies for that I'm labelling at the moment. And then I can go print, print again, and it prints. So it doesn't waste too much actually between. I think it's the same amount between the labels as if you just cut them as well, which is good, because I feel like some printers print out so much for you to be able to cut it off, but then you print another one out and there's like triple the amount of gap between here. But this is a decent amount of gap, I would say, and it looks like it's not wasting more or less if you cut one off straight away, whether you print a few off in a row. If you like making labels, I think you'll know what I mean. But I think it's a pretty economical kind of amount of label that it gives you out. I think that's the right kind of word. I was trying to think what the word is. So those are the lovely labels that it creates. Also, if you want to save a little bit of label tape, you can actually have multiple boxes open on your label, and then you can print it as well. So you can actually minimise that gap between your labels if you want to do that too. So you can print them all in one continuous row as well, which is really nice. So you really can save on your label and make it more cost effective as well. I thought I'd just tell you that whilst I was playing around making some more labels. So now we've seen how you can actually make your proper labels for organisation. Let's see what other different bits and pieces they have on here as well. So it looks like, oh, you can instantly put the date in there. So if you're freezing things in the freezer, you could print out the date that you made it, so you know when you put it in there, or you could print out the date that you want to use it by, or possibly like use by dates. If you empty your flour into different containers or sugar, you could put the use by date on the bottom of your container. Well, you can actually put a barcode on here as well. So I guess you can scan in a barcode and put that onto there too, which is really interesting. You can do this one, which is called graffiti, where you can actually draw something or write something. I'll just draw my little bumblebee. And then you can actually put that onto your label as well. So you can draw little doodles, or you can, you know, maybe actually write your signature if you wanted to write your signature. You can stickers as well. So you've got like Christmassy stickers. You've got frames that you can put around your labels if you wanted to make them all look really neat and matching across things, or maybe for different things. Or you've got all these little ones so you can label all of your products in your bathroom as well. You've got little icons in here too if you really want to personalise all of your little labels. And you could even, like with those Christmas ones, you could put Christmas tree and then label, you know, like Sue Wilson Christmas dies or Christmas sentiments or something. You've got all of these ones for the kitchen, so you've got all sorts of different things in there for the kitchen. So many different little icons that you've got in here, way more than a normal label maker as well. And then you can also do like bubbles to go around things too. So you've got like little speech bubbles or hanging down bubbles and stuff to go around things. So a really interesting little label maker with the app to be able to control how to create your labels. But I'm just going to carry on printing a few more of these out and sticking them onto my dividers to label all of my die sets. I've already stuck this one on here. That was the first one that I did as a test. So I'm just going to stick the little labels on just like that to label all of my dividers. So I hope you enjoyed this video showing you this little HPRT tiny portable label maker that has your charging lead, and you have your roll of label tape to go inside it, and you can connect it to your phone to easily be able to type all of your little labels out, to add icons and things to them as well. So thank you so much to HPRT for sending me the little printer, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye!